Come on family, get fired up from the inside out. Welcome to another episode of Ftio number 44. Yep, 44 videos in 44 weeks, y'all. That means I got 8 more to go till I reach my goal of 52 videos, 52 weeks, one whole year of putting one Ftio video out a week. Now check it out. I've been reflecting on this whole year and thinking about all of the different blessings, all the different opportunities, whether it was work opportunities, whether it was fitness opportunities, whether it was educational opportunities, whether it was ministry opportunities, whether it was travel opportunities. And I was thinking about all of the different opportunities that I had, and it reminded me of this post that I made when I was at the Dominican Republic. And it goes like this, and it went like this: work hard, play harder, pray hardest. Yep, I'm gonna say that one more time. Work hard, play harder, and work hardest. Now let me break that down for you. So we all are putting in work, no matter what it is, whether it's our health, whether it's financial, educational, emotional, spiritual, we're all doing work. So if you're gonna work hard, right, I'm just gonna use a job as an example. If you're gonna work hard at your job and you're gonna put in all that work, maybe some of you are out there doing 10, 12, 16-hour shifts. Maybe some of you working more days than you would like to. If you're gonna work hard, treat yourself by playing harder. Okay, treat yourself by playing harder. And let me give you an example. When my wife and I used to work at the state hospital, we would be doing overtime after overtime, or sometimes we got mandated to work overtime. But I would remember that we would work hard, so we wanted to have something to show for it. Now, let's be clear. Having something to show for it doesn't always mean material things. I mean, it can be, but for us, or for me, when I think about playing harder, that means do things that are going to give you the memories and the experiences that are going to stay and go right here. So my wife and I, one thing we love to do is we love to travel. So we love to try different places. We love to, we want to stamp our passport as much as possible. So if we're working hard and we're sacrificing to do all that we can, then it's important for us that we play even harder. So when I'm out there, when we're out there traveling and going on vacation, or just trying all these new different experiences, even like restaurants and things like that, different food places, or, whatever that might be, I always remind people that this is why I work hard, so I can play harder. Yeah, so work hard and play harder. Treat yourself, okay? Treat yourself. Now, it doesn't mean about, like I said, it's not about material things. Please don't get this twisted. I'm not talking about material things, but I am talking about playing harder so that when you look back, you're like, you know what? All that hard work paid off. All of that hard work paid off. And you can apply that in all different areas of your life, in your health and fitness, and your educational, and your spiritual, and your emotional. Like, all of that hard work will pay off. And that's why I always say, remind yourself by playing harder. Now, the last part of my message for you is pray hardest. Now, again, I'm not here trying to tell you that, you have to believe in God or Jesus like I do. But what I am saying is that in my prayer life, right, in the silence of my prayers is where I get a lot of not just, my inspiration, but it's also grounding for me. And it's just it's reminding me before I go out and do the work, before I go out and make the sacrifice, before I go out and bring the intensity, right? There's actually the calm that happens before the storm. So praying hardest means putting your faith first. Faith over everything, like I said in one of my last videos. And I'm not just talking about faith in a higher power, faith in the Creator, faith in God, but I'm talking about faith in yourself, faith in the choices that you're making, faith in the people around you, faith in your team, faith that the direction that you're taking is where you're being called to go. So if you have that faith and you're putting your prayer life, ahead of everything else, and you're making that your priority and you're praying hardest, see, for me, It's not like pray hardest, meaning that pray for what you want. That's not what I'm talking about. What I am saying is pray hardest, meaning let prayer be a part of your everyday life. Let it be part of your everyday practice. And like I said, prayer comes in so many different forms. And for me personally, I love my silent prayer. I love being in silence with myself. I love that communication. I love having that prayer life that is just helping me focus on what I have to do. And it reminds me of all the blessings that I do have, even in the shortcomings that I have, even in the tragedy, even in the hardship, I still find a way to see the light at the end of the tunnel, or to see the positive even in the worst situations. And that's what having a strong prayer life for me does. So when I say work hard, play harder, but pray hardest. And pray hardest, and let that be the pillar or the foundation of your everyday life. And I promise, if you commit to that and be still and listen to whatever it is you're being called to, or more importantly, maybe taking that time in prayer to kind of not just silence yourself, but to also like reevaluate what it is in your life that's helping you grow and what in your life is helping you die, right? Like I said earlier, if you're not growing, you're dying. Speak life, not death. So with that being said, y'all, we are 8 weeks away. We're about to hit this 1 year mark, and your boy, I ain't gonna lie, I'm so pumped. I mean, to think, look, I got Realize with your Realize gear. I got this YouTube channel popping off. Like I said, I'm not worried about subscribers or views. I'm doing this because I want to know that I can follow my commitment, whether people follow me or not. And think about that for a second, right? I don't have that many followers or subscribers. I don't have that many views on my videos, but I still make them every week. Why? Because it's a commitment that I made. And it goes back to that saying, what are you willing to do when the lights are off? What are you willing to do when no one's around? It's easy to put in the work when everyone's watching. It's easy to do the thing, when you have a crowd or an audience in front of you. But what are you going to do when no one is there? And that's where praying hardest comes into play, because I pray hardest when people don't show up. I pray hardest when maybe it's not the outcome that I was hoping for, because remember, we can't control all the different factors and elements that happen around us, but we can control ourselves. So with that being said, y'all, remember, work hard, play harder, but pray hardest. And it doesn't happen until you remember, until you remember to realize with your Realize. And I'm talking about the eyes of your heart and letting your heart lead. Your boys out here. Have a great rest of the week, y'all. And I will see you next time. Peace.